Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to solve all the questions of exercise 21D of the chapter Trigonometrical Identities from the textbook Concise Mathematics by Selina Publications for class 10. Before solving the questions, let us first understand how do we write the trigonometric ratios of the standard angles, which are 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Though you had learnt it in standard 9, but as we are going to use all the ratios here frequently, so let us do a quick revision of the same. So this is the table. We have the standard angle 0, 30, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree here. So the value of sine 0 degree is 0, sine 30 degree is 1 by 2, sine 45 degree is 1 by root 2, sine 60 degree is root 3 by 2 and sine 90 degree is 1. Now when we have to write the values for cos, we will just write all the numbers here in the decreasing order. That is 1, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. For tan, we can easily find the values using the value of sine and cos, as tan is equal to sine divided by cos. So it would be 0 divided by 1, which is equal to 0, 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, which is equal to 1 by root 3, 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2, which is equal to 1, root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2, this is equal to root 3, 1 by 0, that will give us infinity. Now for cot, we can easily find the value by using the values of tan, as cot is the reciprocal of tan. So this would become 1 by 0, that would give us infinity as the value. Then 1 by root 3 will be reciprocal, so this will give us root 3. The reciprocal of 1 is 1, reciprocal of root 3 is 1 by root 3 and reciprocal of infinity is 1 by infinity, which is 0. Now the value of cosec can be found out using the values of sine, as cosec is the reciprocal of sine. So 1 by 0 will give us infinity. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. Reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. Reciprocal of root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3 and reciprocal of 1 is 1. The values of sec can be found out using the values of cos, as it is the reciprocal of cos. So it would be 1, 2 by root 3, root 2, 2 by 1, which is 1, and 1 divided by 0, that is again infinity. So in this way, we can find the values of the standard angles. In trigonometry, we also deal with angles which are not standard angles but other than the standard angles. That is, angles other than 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. And we will have to find out the values of those angles in terms of sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec or cot. Then we will have to refer to the table which is called as trigonometrical table, and this will help us to find out the values of angles which are ranging between 0 degree to 89 degree. Now for that, we have to refer to the table which is given on page number 460 to 465 in Concise Mathematics textbook. We do not have to memorize the table because it would be given during the exams as well. Now let us understand that what exactly it is. It would have a column on the extreme left which will contain degrees from 0 to 89 degree. Then there would be 10 columns which would be headed by 0 minute, 6 minute, 12 minute, 18 minute, 24 minute, 30 minute, 36 minute, 42 minute, 48 minute and 54 minute respectively. There would be another 5 columns which would be headed by 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute and 5 minute respectively. Now when we are talking about this minute, it means when 1 degree is divided into 60 equal parts, then that is called as 1 minute. So basically 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and this is the symbol of minute. Now let us understand how we are going to refer to the table and find out the values of sine, cosine and tangent using the trigonometric tables. So let us now understand how do we use the trigonometrical table for finding the value of sine. On page number 460 and 461, you will get the values of natural sine. Suppose we have a question here that is find sine 36 degree 51 minute. So for that you will refer to the table of natural sine. So you have to check the column under x, which means the degrees. So this 36 degree is mentioned over here. So we will check the same row now. The value of 36 degree is equal to 0.5878. But here in the question you can see that we do not want the value of 36 degree, but we want the value of 36 degree 51 minute. So for that we will check the same row and we will try to find out the 51 minute over here, which you cannot find right now. So here we will refer to the minute column, but the one that is closest to 51, which is 48 minute in this case. Now why we are not taking 54 minute here? Because for sine we will be adding the difference that is given here in the last column. So this cannot be taken because the difference has to be added, not subtracted. So we will go for the number which is lesser than 51 minute, which is 48 minute in this case. So the value that you can see here is of 36 degree 48 minute, but here you cannot see the decimals, but every value here is having 4 decimal digits. So we will write the value in the same form with digits in the decimal form. So sine 36 degree 51 minute will be found out using the value of sine 36 degree 48 minute plus the difference here that is of 3 minute, because there is a difference of 3 minute between 51 minute and 48 minute. So this is the difference column that is giving us the value of 3 minute here. So this will give us the values now. We will write 5990 in the form of 4-digit decimal place. This will become 0.5990 and the difference here also will be written in decimal form. So this will become 0.007. The values would be added in case of sine. So this is the value of 36 degree 51 minute sine. Let us now understand how do we use the trigonometrical table of tan to find out the values. Suppose we have a question where we have to find out the value of tan 53 degree 38 minute. So we will now refer to the table of natural tan. Now we will first look for 53 degree in the degree column. So this is 53. Now we will look for 38 minute in the minute column. But here again you can see you cannot find the value of 38 minute. So we will be going for the value which is closest but lower than the required value. That is 38 minute is not there. So we will go for 36 minute. And now we will find out what is the difference between 38 minute and 36 minute, which is 2 minute here. So we will add the value here that is given below the 2 minute. Now please remember that the values that are given here are not written in the decimal form, but when we are going to use the values we have to add them in the decimal form. So there are 4 digits in the numbers. So the value of tan 53 degree 38 minute is equal to tan 53 degree 36 minute plus the difference, which is equal to 2 minute in this case. So the value of 53 degree 36 minute is this, but we will have to use it along with the number 1 point, because in the tables you can see only 4 digits, that is the last 4 digits are replaced by this. The rest everything is same. So we will find the value here as 1.3564. This number that is given in the difference column is also having 4 digit decimal places. So we will have to write it in the form of 0.0016. In the case of tan and sine, the difference has to be added. So when we will add the difference, we will get 1.3580. So this is the answer of tan 53 degree 38 minute. Let us now understand how do we find the value of cos using the trigonometrical table. To find the value of cos, we will refer to the table that is natural cos. Now, suppose this is a question where we have to find the value of cos 62 degree 27 minute. So, firstly, we will look for 62 degrees in the degree column. So, this is the row which we are referring to. Now, we have to get the value of cos 62 degree 27 minute, but here you can see there is no 27 minute entry in the column. So we would go for the column that is having the number that is slightly lesser than 27 minute, which is 24 minute in this case. So this value will be found out using cos 62 degree 24 minute, and the difference between 24 minute and 27 minute is 3 minutes. So here we will use the value of 3 minutes, but only in case of cos the value of minute is not added but it is subtracted. That is, we will subtract the value of difference, that is 3 minutes. So the value here again is given in this form, but it will be having 4-digit decimal places here. So the value is 0.4633. The difference here is 0.0008, and for only cos we will be subtracting the value. In case of sine and tan we had added the value. So now find out the difference and you will get the value as 0.4625. So the value of cos 62 degree 27 minute is 0.4625. So let us now begin with the first question of exercise 21D, in which we have to find the value of sine 21 degree. If you will refer to the table of natural sine, you will see that the value of sine 21 degree given here is equal to 0.3584. The next question is to find the value of sine 34 degree 42 minute. Here we will refer to the row in which we can see 34 degrees, and the value for 34 degree 42 minute is as 5693, but as told to you earlier, all the numbers here are having 4-digit decimal. This would be written as 0.5693. This becomes the answer for the second question. We have to find the value of sine 47 degree 32 minute in the third part. So here we are going to refer to the row which has 47 degrees. Now you can see the value of 32 minute is not given here. So we will use the value that is just lesser than 32 minute, which is 7373, and there is a difference of 2 minute between 32 and 30 minute. So we will also use the value of the difference 2 from the mean difference column. Now the value of sine 47 degree 32 minute can be found using 47 degree 30 minute plus the difference of 2 minutes. So this will be equal to 0.7373 plus the number that is given here should be written in 4-digit decimal places. So it is 0.0004, and the sum then would become 0.7377. This is the answer.
The next question is to find the value of sine 62 degree 57 minute. For this we will refer to the row which has 62 degrees mentioned in the degree column. Now we will check for the value 57 minute, which is not there. So the value that we can take will be just lesser than that. That would be 54 minute in this case. Now we know that 57 minute and 54 minute has a difference of 3 minute. So here we will use these two values now. So it can be find out using 62 degree, 54 minute plus 3 minute. So the value here is given in again number form, but we will use it in the decimal form. So this is 0.8902 plus 0.0004, and this will give us 0.8906 as the answer.
The next question is to find the value of sine 10 degree 20 minute plus 20 degree 45 minute. Firstly, we will add the angles given here. So this will give us the sum as sine 30 degree 65 minute. But we know that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So we cannot write 65 minute here. We will convert it into sine 31 degree and 5 minutes. Now we will find the value of sine 31 degree 5 minute using the row 31 degrees here. So we can see the 5 minute column is not there. We will use the value of sine 31 degree and the difference, that is 5 minutes here. So this will be equal to sine 31 degrees plus 5 minutes, and the values can be written as 0.5150 plus 0.0012, and the sum will give us 0.5162 as the answer. Let's now begin with question number 2. First part is to find the value of cosine 2 degree 4 minutes. So we will refer to the natural cosine table now, and the row that would be referred will be 2 degrees. Here you can see we do not have 4 minute over here. We will use the value that is just lesser than 4 minute, which is 0 minute in this case, and the difference between 4 minute and 0 minute is equal to 4 minutes. So here we will refer to the value of 4. Now the value that we can use is this form, 2 degree plus 4 minutes. Now please remember that in case of sine and tan, the values, that is the difference values, will be added, but in case of cos, the difference values will be subtracted. So the value of cos 2 degree is equal to 0.999, and the value that is here under the 4 minute column, this would be subtracted 0.0, and this would be subtracted, and answer 0.99. The next question is to find the value of cos 8 degree 12 minutes. We will refer to the row 8 degrees, and here the value of 12 minute is already given. We will use this value. The answer will be 0.9898. The next question is cos 26 degree 32 minutes. So we will refer to the row 26 degree. Here you can see the value of 32 minute is not given. The closest that we can look for is 30 minutes. So we will write it as cos 26 degree 30 minute. Now the difference between 32 minute and 30 minute is 2 minute. So we will use the value of 2 minute here. Now all the values here are given in number form, but they have to be written in the form of 4-digit decimal places. This will be 0.8949 plus the value of 2 minute is given here as 3. But as I have already told you, these values are supposed to be subtracted and not added. So this will become -3, and the answer here will become 0.8946. Next question is to find the value of cos 65 degree 41 minutes. We will refer to the row that is having 65 degrees mentioned. Now you can see the value of 41 minute is not given. So we will use the value of 36 minute here, which is just lesser than 41 minute, and the gap between 41 minute and 36 minute is 5 minute. We will use the value of these two. It can be written as cos 65 degree 36 minutes plus 5 minute. Now the value given is 0.4131, and the value given is 0.0013. Do not forget to subtract the value of difference in case of finding the cos value. This will give us 0.41. The next question is to find the value of cos 9 degree 20 minute plus 15 degree 50. So first we will add these two angles. Sum will give us cos 24 degree 77 minutes. But we know that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So we cannot write minutes greater than 60. So we will convert it into cos 25 degree 17 minutes. Now we will refer to the row of 25 degrees here, and you can see that we do not have 17 minutes here. So the number which is lesser than 17 minutes is 12 minutes here. We will use this value, and now the gap between 17 minute and 12 minute is 5 minute. So these two values will be used. It can be written as cos 25 degree 12 minute plus 5 minute. The values are 0.9048 and 0.0006, but please remember that you have to subtract the values in case of cosines. This will be equal to 0.9042. The first part of question 3 is to find the value of tangent now. So we will refer to the table of natural tangent. The value of tan 37 degree is given as 0.753. The next question is to find the value of tan 42 degree 18 minute. So we will refer to the row of 42 degrees here. Now you can see 18 minute value is already given to us, so we will use it. This will become 0.9099. The next question is tan 17 degree 27 minute. For this we will refer to the row 17 degrees. Now here you can see 27 minute is not given to us. The value that is just lesser than 27 minute is 24 minute, and the gap between 27 minute and 24 minute is 3 minute. We will use the values from these two columns. This can be written as tan 17 degree 24 minute plus 3 minute. The value given here will be written 4 decimal places. This will be 0.313, and the value here is 10, which also will be written in the form of 4 decimal. So it will become 0.0010. So just like sine, the value of tan, that is the difference value of tan, is also added, and in cos the difference value is subtracted. We'll add it over here. This will become 0.314. Let's now begin with question number 4. Here we have been given the value of sine theta is equal to 0.4848, and we have to find the value of theta. So we will check the table of natural science, and we will check the first column, that is the 0 minute column. We will try to find out exact match, that is 0.4848, or a number that is closest to this number. We will look for the values here, and you can see the value of 29 degree is the exact match that we have been given, that is 0.484. Therefore, the angle theta here will be equal to 29 degree. The next question is sine theta is given as 0.3827, and we have to find the value of theta. So we will check the trigonometric table of sine, and here when you will check the 0 minute column, the value that is 22 degrees is equal to 0.3746, and the next one 23 degrees is equal to 0.3, which is more than this. So we will look for the value in the 22 degree row, and here you can see the 3827 number is given here in the 30 minute column. So the value of theta in this case will be equal to 22 degrees and 30 minutes.
The next question is the value of sine theta is given as 0.6525. So we will again refer to the table of natural science and look at the values given in the 0 minute column. And we will try to find either a perfect match over here or a value that is just lesser than the given value. So here you will see the values in 40 degrees row. The value given here is 0.6428 and the value that is given in 41 degree is 0.6561, which is greater than this. So we will refer to the values in 40 degrees row. Here we will try to find a perfect match. If the match is not there, we will look for a value that is just lesser than this. So you can see that the value in the 42-minute column is given as 0.6521. So we can write this as 0.6521 plus the gap between these two numbers is 0.0004. Now we know that this gap is already given in the 2-minute column. So therefore we can write it as sine 0.6521 is the value of 40 degree 42 minutes, and this is the value of 2 minutes. Now we can add these two values. That means sine 40 degree 44 minute is equal to sine theta. Therefore, the value of theta is equal to 40 degree 44 minutes. Let's now begin with question number 5. The value of cos theta is given as 0.9848. Now we will refer to the table of natural cosines and look for the perfect match in 0-minute column. If the perfect match is not given, then we are going to consider the value that is just lesser than this. So here you can see the value of 10 degrees is given as 0.9848, which is the perfect match. Therefore, cos theta given here is equal to cos 10 degree. Therefore, theta is equal to 10 degrees.
The next question is the value of cos theta is given as 0.9574. So here if you will check the natural cosine table, the value that we get closest to this value is 0.9573, which is written in the 16 degree 48 minute column. So now we can write it in the form of 0.9573, and the gap between these two numbers is 0.0001. Now we can write it in the form of cos as this is the value of cos 16 degree 48 minute, and this is the value of 1 minute. Now if you remember, whenever we were finding the value of cos, we were always subtracting the angles. So here also we have to subtract the angle. So this would become cos 16 degree 47 minute. This is equal to cos theta. Therefore, the value of theta is equal to 16 degree 47 minutes. The next question is cos theta is given as 0.6885. Now, if we will look in the natural cosines table, the value that we will find closest to this one is given under cos 46 degree 30 minutes. So we will write it now as cos theta is equal to 0.6884, and the gap between these two numbers is 0.0001. Now this can be converted in the form of cos as this is the value of cos 46 degree 30 minutes, and this value if you will look for is not exactly there in the table. So we will find the value that is closest to it, and this is the value of 1 minute. We will use that now. This is 1 minute, and as we have discussed earlier, in case of cos the values will get subtracted. this is equal to cos theta is equal to cos 46 degree 29 minutes. Therefore, theta is equal to 46 degree 29 minutes. Let's now begin with question number 6. So you can see in the natural tangent table, in the row 13 degrees, under the column 36 minute, the value is the perfect match. This is tan theta is given as tan 13 degree 36 minute. Therefore, the value of theta is equal to 13 degree 36 minutes. The next question is tan theta is given as 0.4741. Here, if you will check the 25 degree row, the value here is lesser than 0.4741 and the value in 26 degree row is greater than this. We will utilize the values given in 25 degree row. So here we will try to get the value that is closest to it. So this is in the 18-minute column. We will never find a value that is greater than this in any of the case. We will use this value. It can be written as 0.4727. Now the gap between these two numbers is 0.0014. Now we can convert it in the form of tan as this is the value of tan 25 degree 18 minute and this value 14 is given in the column 4 minute. Now in case of tan and sine, we know that we have to add the values. We will add the number. This will become tan 25 degree 22 minute. Therefore, theta is equal to 5 degree. The next question is given as the value of tan theta is 0.7391. If we will check in 36 degree row, the value that is closest to this is of 24 minutes. So this can be written as 0.7373 and the gap between these two numbers is 0.0018. Now we will write it in the form of tan as this is the value of tan 36 degree 24 minutes and this is given in the 4 minute column. So we will write it as 4 minute and in case of tan and sine we always add the numbers. This would become tan 36 degree 28 minutes. Therefore, the value of theta is equal to 36 degree 28 minutes. I hope you found this session useful. Please do like, subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends.